Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, welcome also, and please do consider hitting that subscribe button at the bottom. Today I thought I'd quickly run through my Mevo setup, and then we'll hit some shots. So I don't know about you, but I have to, because I'm in a garage, I have to set up my Mevo every time I come up. So I've got into a bit of a process or procedure, and it tends to work pretty well. So the first thing I do is, obviously, when I get into the garage, I connect the battery pack. So I've got a battery pack connected to the Mevo. I'd highly advise or recommend that, because the battery life is pretty awful otherwise. So I connect the battery up. I have got a marking on the floor, sort of a square where I know to place the Mevo every time. I am looking for some sort of stand, but a bit reluctant to pay sort of the £200 or dollars, whatever it is, for the sort of official type stand. So I am looking for a stand. I'll keep an eye on the Facebook groups and stuff, see if I can come across one, because that'll be good to show as well. So yeah, I connect my power bank, I put it into the square grid, I then turn on the Mevo, and then at this point, depending on what I'm going to do, obviously if I want to play Creative Golf 3D or simulation software from a PC, I always connect my phone first, launch FS Golf, I then connect to the Mevo with my phone, and then I use FS Golf to check the tilt and roll. It only takes a few minutes. Once I'm happy, sometimes I'll hit a few shots on FS Golf. For me, it is probably, well, it is the best sort of application for all of the figures and statistics. I don't think all of them go through to your sim software, so it is good for that. Then what I do, once I'm happy with the roll and setup, and it's pretty much in the same position, so it pretty much works, I'll then close down the app, and I'll also remove or forget the network off my phone, because I sometimes get connection issues. So I'll forget the network. I then open up my laptop, connect my laptop, and then launch, Creative Golf 3D and go from there. So that's how I do it. It tends to work. A couple of standard settings that I've got, and I'm sure you all know as well. So I've got 8 foot from Mevo to the ball. I've then got 9.5 foot of ball flight, so ball to impact screen. Obviously 12 degrees or similar for simulation, 18 for sort of FS Golf and FS Skills, and like awesome golf, because there's no putting. I use a metallic sticker on the ball, try and face it to the screen, for sort of iron shots, wedges, drivers, that type of thing. So your normal shots. And then putting, I've got my straight putting strip. Check out my other video for that. And it is about 5 foot. So for me, in my environment, 5 foot works for putting. And I am on version 12 or 0.12, I think it is, of the Mevo. So I've upgraded to that over the last couple of months, and I've left it on that firmware. It's pretty solid for me. I think it might be the same as 14. So I think they brought 13 out, and then their 14 is a reverse. So 12 and 14, I think, don't quote me, but it's the same firmware, and it tends to work for me. And again, on the forums and Facebook groups, most people saying the same. I think we're all waiting for .17 to come out. So yeah, that's my setup. That's how I do it. Just a bit of an insight. Let me know what you guys do, if there's anything I can improve on that. Like I said, I think the Mevo stand would be good definitely for my setup. So definitely going to look at that and see if I can get one in the simulator. Okay, what I'll do as well is I'll just scan through my setup here. So there's my putting strip from Amazon. I've got the T-Turf stance mat, 2x1 meters there, with the divot action mat in there, or the divot action strip. I've got some artificial grass just off an internet site. I've put pinned carpet, as you can see, onto the walls, again just to keep a bit of heat in, just make it a bit more nicer than a garage breeze block. I've got the Golf Bays impact screen, and I've used bungee cords and eyelets to screw straight into the wall. The screen does go all the way up to the top, but I've just sort of blacked it out with some black felt, just to make it look a bit nicer when we're all in here. Sort of keep my clubs over there. It's actually the insert of the mat that I cut out, but that goes there. I've got a couple of bag of beer down there. A couple of chairs where we sit down here. The Mevo, this is what I was on about here. So there's the Mevo. It's a bit bright. You see it? So the Mevo's down there. If I pan back this way, you can see, there you go. And then just lastly, I've got the projector up there. So it's a TW650. Works really nicely. And I do have a spotlight up in there. There's the sound foam up the top. You can see that right there. Again, just to keep, there is a metal bar going across the roof. It doesn't impact it, but I've covered it as well with the sound foam. And then I dropped some, what's it called? Plasterboard in and just painted it. As you can see, didn't quite finish. Need a little bit more. Over here, I've got, here's my power down here. I've got some of that metal mesh to stop any interference. Today, obviously, got my Mac and my iPad on a nice little table. There's my socket up there. So yeah, that's it. That's the setup. Nice and basic, but it seems to do a job. So, but yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Any comments, do let me know. Anything you want to see. Hopefully, I'll have a stand in here soon so we can do that. But yeah, I will catch you in the next video.